Hey, it's Rob, the Ignorant Entrepreneur, and for this video, I wanted to not only highlight influential African Americans who not only helped shape America, but also who shook up the world. Now, this list, keep in mind, this list is based on the Undefeated 44, which is published by Undefeated, and I wanted to commend them and Black Excelist for their research and compilation into these 44 African American influencers. Now, we're just going to show 5 in this video and go over the top 10 in general, but let's keep in mind all 44 and more deserve our recognition. Now, these individuals are the true essence of Black excellence and honestly just represent success. The Undefeated 44 is a compilation of dreamers and doers, noisy geniuses and quiet innovators, record breakers and symbols of pride and aspiration. We pay homage to these African American leaders and pioneers who are truly an inspiration as their personal achievements reveal the best qualities of Black Americans. Their extraordinary will, intelligence, and determination in the face of inequality, danger, and insurmountable odds is admired and praised. We want to thank all of them for their self-sacrifice and consistent posture towards raising the social, cultural, and economic status of African Americans. So without any further talk up, let's get right into it.
Shirley Chisholm. Because before Yes We Can, there was Unbought and Unbossed. Shirley Chisholm was relentless in breaking political barriers with respect to both race and gender. In 1968, Chisholm became the first Black woman elected to the U.S. Congress, representing New York's 12th district for 7 terms from 1969 to 1983. In 1972, Chisholm became the first Black candidate for a major party's nomination for President of the United States and the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination. Chisholm remarked in words that still resonate today that, in the end, anti-Black, anti-female, and all forms of discrimination are equivalent to the same thing: anti-humanism. Mary McLeod Bethune. Because the First Lady of the struggle left us an indelible legacy of love, hope, and dignity. An educator, civil rights leader, and advisor to 5 U.S. presidents, the First Lady of the struggle has been synonymous with Black uplift since the early 20th century. She turned her faith, her passion for racial progress, and her organizational and fundraising savvy into the enduring legacies of Bethune-Cookman University and the National Council of Negro Women. Bethune understood the intersections of education, optics, and politics, and was fierce and canny in using them to advance the cause of her people. These attributes help make Mary one of the most prominent African American women of the first half of the 20th century. JeanMichel Basquiat. Because his paintings were a springboard to deeper truths about the individual. Basquiat was handsome, fashionable, and famously eccentric. Basquiat dropped out of high school and cut his artistic chops as a graffiti artist in Soho and Manhattan, New York's Lower East Side. The drawing in Basquiat's best-known pieces may be primitive-looking at first glance, but the images were sexy, complex, and sophisticated. While his worldview was undeniably Black, urban, and hypermasculine, his bold paint splash technique was influenced more by modern abstract masters. James Baldwin. Because he embraced the responsibility to be a voice of his nation. James Baldwin, through his brilliant prose, revealed the truth about his race, the truth about his country, the ugly truths of racism, poverty, and inequality that plagued the United States during his lifetime. He confronted American racism with fearless honesty and courageously explored homosexuality through his literature and in his life. The work of Baldwin, a product of Harlem, New York, and a citizen of the world, combined his own experience with the best and worst of that of the Black life around him, the joy, the blues, the sermons, the spirituals, and the bitter sting of discrimination. Ella Baker. Because she didn't let her gender keep her from defending her race. Proof that visibility is not necessary to make an impact, Ella Baker is one of history's lesser-known civil rights heroes, yet one of the most important. If Martin Luther King Jr. was the head of the civil rights movement, Ella Baker was its backbone. She helped Dr. King form the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, through which she facilitated protests, built campaigns, and ran a voter registration campaign called the Crusade for Citizenship. Baker was one of the early adopters of the belief that young people were the strongest and most important aspects of the civil rights movement.
Hey again, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this list in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been the Ignorant Entrepreneur. I'm out.